What I'm going to talk about today is something extremely important, and this video is going to be dedicated towards looking at exchanges, specifically upcoming exchanges that I think are going to do extremely well in 2018 and possibly changing the landscape for how we actually trade in these altcoins. Now, you've already seen my review on Binance. You've already seen my review on some of the other exchanges. Now, this is going to be a very important piece to the whole puzzle because, as you already know, the increased regulations that we're having, the IRS cracking down on Coinbase, looking at basically all the transactions, coins being delisted off of main exchanges. We have government scrutiny on everything. It's basically creating a new set of, in my opinion, of exchanges that are going to have to deal with this changing landscape in 18. And like it or not, unfortunately, it's creating a vacuum in the overall crypto market because the fees are killing people, the taxes are killing people, and not including that, we don't even know what coins are deemed securities and what coins are not, and which governments are for it, which governments are not. So anyway, rather than go on a soapbox about how we're getting screwed and all that, I want to focus your attention on the upcoming Exchanges 2.0. And I'm excited to share this with you because what's happening right now with the exchanges is that they are facing let's just say, a competition between all of them. There's going to be the old guard, the new guard, and now the upcoming, I think, Exchange 3.0. I talked about Binance in my other video, so if you have not checked that one out, please go ahead and take a look at it because I think that going into 2018 is going to be extremely critical for everyone to make sure you're picking the right exchange, because number one is all the profits, all the money is moving towards areas where governments are not actively going after their users. And the other thing is people are moving their money off of exchanges because of that. And like it or not, I mean, yes, the regulations are important, but you have to follow the money of where the money's going to go. Enter in KuCoin. Now, this one was brought up by one of my members. So this is completely me just doing the video. A member had actually talked about KuCoin when I did the Binance video. I actually wasn't looking at KuCoin a while back, but now as I was doing it over this holiday season here, thank you for that member who did that, and I used a referral link to sign on. It's because KuCoin actually is, I think, Binance's main competitor moving forward. And for those guys who have watched Binance growth, it's been phenomenal. They've managed to basically take almost the #1 spot in the altcoin market from Bittrex in just several months, considering what they've done. And KuCoin also is in the same space as Binance. It's based in Hong Kong, and KuCoin also has a very similar layout to Binance. So it's almost kind of like they're copying Binance, but they're adding something even more. I usually get excited about this because when I see competition, I love competition. I'm a free market capitalist. I love the fact that companies are coming in, innovating, making new things. And when I see a second runner-up to Binance, I think this is going to get really aggressive, and not only really aggressive, but very profitable for anybody who's paying attention. Now, KuCoin has actually didn't start off too long ago. They're kind of coming in second, put it this way, in the whole arms race for volume. And what they've done is something amazing. They've created a way for you to get passive income and also listing coins that potentially could be 10 or 5x baggers. Now, I don't have to tell you guys what's happening with Binance right now. What's happening in Binance is that a lot of these coins are getting exclusive rights. And what's happening right now is because of that, a lot of the coins are not being listed in other exchanges, creating basically a virtual mini monopoly on some main exchanges just for volume alone. And KuCoin's no different. So one of the things I really like about KuCoin is that they actually have the very same layout as Binance. So you're not learning anything new. The difference also here is that they're actually offering coins that are not listed on Binance or any other exchange. In fact, some of the hottest ICOs that came out in just the past year alone are moving towards KuCoin instead of Binance, which is kind of interesting because normally you would think that Binance would get all of it. but they're actually competing hardly. So the one example I like to give here is Deep Brainchild, DBC. This is actually an ICO off of the Neo platform that is pretty good, and you can't get that one in. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy this one in because it's a artificial intelligence ICO that's trying to leverage all the nodes and all the chains and all the blockchain technology so that you can actually use that for artificial intelligence. This is actually a really hot project. Another one that has been extremely hot has been Dragon Chain. I've been trying to get my hands on this one, but because I didn't get access to KuCoin, I missed the entire run up. Just 2 days, already up 57%. So a lot of these coins are high quality. By the way, Dragon Chain was actually a ICO that came out, actually it was a coin that came out manufactured by Disney. Yes, that's right, Disney, the corporation, that's enterprise level. And the reason why it's so hot is because Disney figured out the formula of how a blockchain should work for companies. And this coin has been on fire, but I can't get a hold of it because it's only on KuCoin. Another one that's been interesting is some of the new ones like Utrust. I actually covered this one a while ago. It actually has run up a lot already. And so a lot of the ICOs are coming out for fresh coming out. They're coming out here. QLink is another one. Obviously, they have the Red Pulse ICO. There's a bunch of them from Neo that are coming on here that I think are going to be hot. Anyway, Oracle, let's see, Oyster Peril is another one. And they also have these competitions as well, which is very similar to Binance. Now, here's the kicker for KuCoin. If you're saying, well, what about the market? Is this a stable market? Is it legit? And the answer to this is, it's a brand new exchange, so the volume right now is a little slow, but what they're doing, and this is really interesting with them, is that they're actually offering what they call KuCoin shares. So pretty much same idea as Binance. They are offering you some what's it called, commission-free trades, 50%, not commission-free, but they're a discount on the actual commissions for the trades. But they're also offering you a profit-sharing opportunity where you're able to, where they're going to disperse all the commissions and split them up between the users as long as you hold the KuCoin shares. So let me give you an example of how this works, okay? So the way it works is that, and this is actually an article from Medium because I didn't want to cut and paste a bunch of the PowerPoint stuff. So take a look at it. Basically, the way it works is that Binance started 5 months ago. So if you missed out on the whole Binance run and all the coins that came out of it, this KuCoin is going to be its rival. Within 5 or 6 months, Binance basically managed to surpass Bittrex as the main exchange. This is this is the growth I'm talking about, guys. So if KuCoin is able to match Binance's growth, it's going to either match Binance or potentially overtake Binance. We've got a huge opportunity in here right before everything takes off. Now, BNB tokens have grown up 50x since it's released. Obviously, the KuCoins have already run up a lot. However, with the BNB tokens, had you bought it when Binance first came out, you would have been up 50x in just 5 months. Just giving you an idea of what the Binance exchange was. Now, with KuCoin, they're doing the exact same thing, but this time around, they're only going to charge also 0.1%. And then from both the maker and the taker, so it's 0.2. 50% of this fee goes directly to the KCS. So basically, we charge 0.2% of the fee. However, half of it goes to the actual exchange, to KuCoin, and the other half goes to the holder of the KCS tokens. So what they're doing is not only are they allowing you to get the discount, but they're actually going to give you a profit of all the volumes out there. So currently right now, the volume from this article, and this article is written, it's about $23 million. And it's been rising basically every single day exponentially. So if you run the numbers a little bit, and this is an old article, by the way, so I'm just kind of have to adjust a little bit for it. But let's assume, for example, you have bought KuCoin shares at 9 cents. If you hold 11,000 of these coins, right, and your daily volume is 23 million, and then you multiply that by that 0.2%, that means it's $46,000 of fees that they actually get, right? Then the dividends, what they pay out is half of that, so they pay 23,000. And considering this is a circulating supply of 100 million, you divide that by 100 million, and you get $2.53 a day. So basically, what ends up happening is just by holding the KCS coin, you get a nice little dividend every day, basically off the commissions. Now that's pretty cool actually if you think about it, because as the volume expands on KuCoin, if it ever matches Binance volume, well, you can kind of do the math here a little bit. That number, that $2.53 could be $100, $300, $400 a day. Now, obviously, that all depends on the payout ratio. They can always adjust that and, you know, whatnot. But right now, it's early enough that I don't think they're going to change it. Now, here's the real interesting part. They're not going to be paying you in dollars. What they're going to be paying you instead is in the coins. Yes, guys, they're going to be paying you in coins, meaning that they're going to take all your coins, right? And then they're going to split them up and then give you a bunch of crypto. So your $10 in these coins could go up to 10 or 30x even more. So instead of saying I'm just going to get $2.50, you could potentially be getting $300 or $400 if these coins keep on running. Now, this is going to be a huge thing because I think KuCoin is really smart in the sense that if it attracts enough people right now and everybody starts jumping over to KuCoin and everybody gets these cryptos, right? I mean, if you're an early adopter for this stuff, I mean, you're going to be at the very minimum making way more than that than anybody who comes in a little late. Now, I think this is really cool. Now, let me just show you something, another thing that I want to show you here. This is a spreadsheet that came out from Reddit. So I did not make this, but I want to make sure you guys understand this. So right now, if you take a look at the daily volume, it's about $57.5 million for volume. And assuming that the price of KuCoin is $3.60 or so, the cost to get 10,000 of that would be 35,000. Your average volume would be this. Your average return is about 5.5. So your monthly profit, your daily profit would be about $5, assuming a dividend payout of about 47%. Weekly profit of that, and then your annual profit would be 1,900. Now, if you ever get to a market volume of 100 million, okay, the dividend payout would obviously have to adjust. I don't think they could sustain this. And I know people are probably asking, is this a Ponzi scheme or any of that? It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's just they're being really aggressive right now with the users coming in. You could potentially be making daily profit $7, $200, or $2,550 annual profit. And that's not including the appreciation of the token. So potentially speaking, right? Potentially speaking, for a lot of people, as this volume gets larger and larger, if you go ahead and take a look at it, if they reach, let's say, a volume of, I don't know, 1 billion or $10 billion, basically you could be making this amount of money in daily. Yeah. Is this right? Yeah. No, daily would be this amount, $300 daily. $300 daily in passive income. So just bear in mind that right now, the way these things work is that at some point they're going to have to adjust this the more users come on board. But if they ever increase the volume to, let's say, $9 billion or $10 billion worth of volume, you could be potentially making this amount. Now, again, these calculations are very subjective, but the idea is very interesting because at the minimum, you'll be getting that 5% yield, assuming you're basically at this point right here. So I think it's a really interesting story. Now, the other thing is, this is the part where I actually get all excited about, because it's not so much the actual dollar value, but it's actual the coins that they actually list. So here we go. So let's say I own 10,000 KCS. I calculate that because I put in $36,000. I want to be getting all of this daily bonus on the KCS. So you see all these coins? You're going to be getting a bunch of these coins. So yeah, I mean, and it's a daily payout. So yes, your entire exchange is going to be a bunch of these coins listed here. You'll be getting the equivalent of that $2 and change. Now, if you take a look at it, if you get something like RPX cheap and you keep on getting more volume, then you end up getting that. So right now, the price for KCS is $3.67. So unfortunately, it's gone up a lot since it first came out. But you know what? I think it's still early enough. And then with the fees that are coming out, as they keep on listing more and more coins, the computer will automatically dump a bunch of coins for you. So here I would get $6 per day in KuCoin bonus in terms of crypto. Bada bang, bada boom. Anyway, so the other part is the referral fees, okay? So for every person you refer out, you also get a percentage of their trading fees. I believe it's like 40%. And then on your third or fourth referral, if there's more people that refer those referrals, then you end up getting a chunk of that too. So there's actually an additional bonus for just referrals alone. All right, guys. So anyway, long story short, let's assume, for example, you say, you know what, this is too much for me. I don't really care about KuCoin. I just want to get the coins. They are listing a bunch of coins here that I think are good. I'm gonna do a video on them later on. Like, for example, Dragon Chain. I think it's extremely very powerful coin. I think that Deep Brainchild is another one that's pretty good. There is another one called Ardor Chain. Here, let me go ahead and take a look at this. I'm just getting really giddy about this because the more I look at it. So here we go. Right now the volume is not too high. So there's that one slight problem with that, because obviously they don't have a lot of users, which is good because now is the perfect time to get in. Once the user count gets in, the volume should pick up. Like Dragon Coin is only listed here, Dragon Chain. QLC is only listed here. And you know me, I usually like to look for the undervalued ones, the ones that people are not looking at. And these are the ones that I think are pretty, they can go up to like 10x, 5x in a matter of weeks. I mean, this is the type of volatility you can get to. You also have, you have the usuals like Power Neo. I mean, it's a pretty good list. It's not anything here. The one I'm really looking at forward right now is Chain. This is actually, if you take a look at the interface too, it's a pretty clean interface. It has everything in here. Chain's another one that I'm looking at. It's pretty cheap right now. It's about $1. So there's a lot of coins right now that are being underneath the radar because people are not looking at KuCoin exchanges yet. So I would consider this is actually the Yukon Gold, the one that I think what Mark Cuban was on. I got listed here, Yukon Gold, which is a gaming type of coin. I was looking for this one, I couldn't find it, and then now I found it on KuCoin, so I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get some of that. There's also the regulars, Populous, Nulls. As you can see, it's almost very similar to what Binance has, but the difference is they got that KCS coin in there that's really attractive right now for me. Okay guys, so that was my review. Now if you're interested, please click on the link below. It's my referral link to KuCoin, and you can refer other people once you sign on. I think I want to be looking at a lot of these coins in the next couple of weeks as I research more into the platform, giving you guys a little bit more feedback about my experience with it. I just opened my account yesterday. I know Binance is my thing right now, but if I see an opportunity, and I think that I see one right now, I wish I was there with Binance when Binance first came out and the coin was like trading at 50 cents or something, and now it's already at almost $10 for Binance, and Binance is just kicking behind. But if KuCoin maintains a second or third position and knocks out some of the other exchanges, this exchange is going to be huge because they've got that KCS profit sharing, you know, commission thing going on. And I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe it'll last maybe one more year, or maybe a couple of months, who knows. But if they really want to give Binance a run for their money, they're going to be very aggressive, and I want to be at the forefront of that because basically it's a really good deal, actually, if you think about it. Profit sharing potential with potential listings in here that you don't find anywhere else. So I'll be using both Binance and KuCoin to kind of use that. Okay. All right. So click on the link below. Please make sure you check it out. I think you will be very pleased with it. And if you have any experiences with it, please post below. And I wanted to share that with you because these exchanges are heating up. This competition is heating up. And I think that's going to be great for all of us in the crypto community because now the exchanges are saying, you know what? We need your money, so we're gonna do whatever we can to help you. Some of the exchanges, like, they don't care, right? So they're gonna lose my business. All right, guys.